Hi there, good afternoon, and welcome back to Addiction Does Not Discriminate, Part 2. Part dos. So, today I would like to talk a little bit about my backstory and the first things that I became addicted to. And if you notice, I say a lot, and I apologize for that. And there's going to be some days where my hair looks all a mess, but I'm a busy gal. So, I would say probably when I was about 13 or 14, I started getting depressed. And that's when I started smoking cigarettes and cutting myself and burning myself. And I can't really give you like real reasons of why I was depressed, because they really seem silly to me now. Like, I couldn't do things with my friends that my other friends were able to do, and I was overprotected, I guess, and sheltered, and I had a lot of close friends and family that were alcoholics and drug addicts and in and out of jail. So I guess maybe that could be some of the reasons. And there's some other things that I don't really feel like getting into, because some things are just personal to me, and that's that. But so yeah, I was like 13 or 14 and started smoking cigarettes, cutting myself, and then around 14, 15 is when I first tried smoking marijuana. And I noticed then that I would get like paranoid. And that continued for years. And I don't know why I still continued to smoke it for like 15 years. But anyway. So that was me in my teenage years. And as time went on, I was becoming more depressed. I wasn't the cute girl. I wasn't the popular girl. I was pretty chunky, and people would pick on me and, say things like, oh, tubby 2x4 can't fit through the bathroom door. I was called thunder thighs, and, that shit hurts. Like, a little girl, that hurts. And still to this day, like, it sticks with me. I don't have the greatest self-confidence. Yeah, sure, there's some days where I'm like, oh, selfie, I look pretty today. But that's far and few between. Regardless. So I guess maybe that caused some depression as well. So 17, 18 is when I was really like smoking pot every day, and then I started drinking. I got tired of living with my parents because, I had a curfew and they were being parents, and I had to be home at a certain time, and I didn't like it because my friends got to do whatever they wanted, and I wanted to do whatever I wanted, so I moved out. And that is when all hell broke loose. I was going to the bars literally every single night. I could tell you. Sundays and Mondays were usually Quigs, or we had Merry Mondays at the Cellar. There was this girl, Mary, who used to bartend there, and we would go and get real wasted. Now, mind you, I was 19. So, that being said, Sundays and Mondays, Sunday nights were usually pool league, and we went to, like, wherever, and if there wasn't pool league going on, we would go to Quigs. Tuesdays, or maybe it was Tuesdays that was pool league, I don't know. Anyway, Tuesdays was some bar. Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays was Obsessions. I don't even know if it's called that anymore. I don't think it is. The Upper Deck is what it's called now. And then at one point before that, it was called The Connection. Anyway, so that was like the hot spot to go on Thursdays, and then go to the Caboose, and then Fridays and Saturdays was the Caboose, and so on. So it was literally every day I was going to the bar and getting wasted. I'm not just talking about like drunk. I'm talking about piss your pants, fall down, act a fool drunk. I did a lot of embarrassing things. A lot. So, of course, the next day I would feel like stupid and horrible about those things. And in order for those things to go away, I would go get drunk again and then continue to do more stupid things. It was an endless cycle of doing dumb and making dumb decisions and just repeating them because I couldn't handle it. I didn't like being sober. I didn't like where my mind was. I didn't like reality. And then when I would be drunk, I would rip hair out of my head. I would smash all of my things. I would take scissors and cut myself and put cigarettes out on my arm. And I was very self-destructive. People had tried to step in and say, if I see you doing this again and whatnot, but I didn't care. I found ways to hide it. So I understand the pain that people go through, and it is a release when you do these things. And I'm not endorsing it at all, and I pray for everybody that does do these things to seek help, because it's not healthy at all. And when I try to tell people, like, I understand your situation, I've been there, and they kind of roll their eyes and, yeah, well, what do you know? But I know! I have been there. I've lived that. I've done those things. And I'm telling you that there is a better life out there waiting for you. And it's not easy. Oh, believe me, it's not easy. Just the other day, recovery is not easy in general. So I sometimes have triggers. I find it hard to listen to music on the radio sometimes because certain songs, certain bands will trigger things in my mind and will bring me back to certain times, and it makes me start reminiscing and I get all emotional. And so I listen to Howard Stern a lot, or I listen to courses online that I've signed up for. That helps me. That's my escape from reality, I guess, so to speak. So, like I was saying, the other day I drove past the Mayfield Grill. Now, a lot of you that know me know that, during my 20s, I spent a lot of my time at the Mayfield Grill. That was like my favorite spot. I used to go there, get so drunk, again, act a fool, do stupid things. So I drove by there the other day, and I had my friend with me, and I was like, dude, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at all those cars. There's so many people there right now. I want to go there. Like, I want to go and I want to get wasted. I want to get so drunk that I fall down, I black out. I just want to get wasted. Now, this was like 2 days ago, maybe 3. So I have my days where I want to do that. But I didn't. For 5 minutes, I was just hung up on the fact that I wanted to go there and I wanted to be that old version of myself, and I just wanted to let my demons out, I guess, so to speak. But eventually that feeling passed, and I realized I can't drive by there anymore because that is a trigger for me. Even though it sounds so silly, just to drive by someplace, that can be a trigger, but it can. People, places, and things are triggers, okay? So, yeah, my backstory. Yes. So yeah, in my 20s, I just drank constantly. I was an alcoholic. Then, when I was 21, I broke my back, which was the worst time in my life. I was dealing with excruciating pain, which I still to this day have pain. So I got put on pain medication, and then I was also, depressed because I couldn't work for 8 months, and life just really sucked. I had a horrible experience in the hospital. It just wasn't a good time in my life. I tried to commit suicide, which, I had a couple failed attempts at that as well. But, so yeah, I got put on pain medication. And eventually I stopped taking that, but still continued to drink. And then gradually over the years, with me working multiple jobs and going to school and whatnot, I started to feel pain again, more severe. So I started taking prescription pain medication again. And over the course of a period of time, your body becomes addicted to that. So now I'm still drinking, and now I'm taking these meds. And then, along with the anxiety, so I was prescribed anxiety medication, which I did abuse it. I will admit that. I abused everything that was ever prescribed to me. I did. I liked the feeling of feeling down. I liked kind of just like melting everything away, and nothing mattered. So, yeah. So, after years of going through this downward spiral, something clicked in me, I guess, and I realized that I was actually addicted to these things. And I said, I don't want this. Like, I was driving around Schenectady in the middle of the night looking for pills. I don't know these people. They could have other drugs on them that I don't want to be associated with. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get shot. So that was one of the like wake up calls for me. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to be calling people and, oh, do you have this for me? Can I get this? And it wasn't a pleasant life. I don't know how I did it for so long. Even though, like, in my head, everything was normal up until, this point. So I saw a commercial on TV that had said, if you're addicted to these painkillers or whatnot, there is help, and you're not alone, because this can happen to lawyers, doctors, teachers, police officers, firemen, people in the army. You're not alone. This happens to so many people, and people don't talk about it. And some people don't even know that they're addicted, and then even if they do know that they are, their families don't know because they got good at hiding it. So I called a number, and I told them my story, and I got help, which is great. But I just want everybody to know that there is help out there. There are other people out there that are just like you. Maybe they don't have as bad of a story as you do. Maybe they have a worse story than you. But there is help. And there is hope. Oh, most certainly there is hope. Do not give up hope. It is so important. If you want the help, and some people don't. Some people just don't want the help. They want to stay in the lifestyle that they're living, or they don't see anything wrong with it. I'm very blessed that I didn't get addicted to anything harder than, alcohol and my prescription meds. But it just makes me sad that people don't understand each other, and that people don't have compassion, and people aren't empathetic. And maybe if you take the time to listen to somebody's story, that might be able to help them. Or if this person is struggling, this struggling person could listen to your story and it could help them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to make these videos, because maybe it might help somebody. I don't know. And if you ever need help, or you need somebody to talk to, please don't hesitate to message me. I don't know everything. I certainly don't, and I'm not claiming that I do. But I maybe could offer you some words of encouragement, or steer you in the direction of where you could possibly get help. So that's a little bit of my backstory. And, I've had terrible things happen to me. But again, some of those were because I was drunk and doing stupid things. I don't really need to get into all of it right now, but yeah, bad things happen. And I guess I'm just a stronger person because of those things. And I'm kind of glad that I lived the life that I had lived, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't be where I am today. It wouldn't have brought me to yoga. It wouldn't have brought me closer to God. It wouldn't have brought me to meet some amazing people that I've met. So I'm glad that I was alcoholic and a pill popper, because I wouldn't be where I am today. Everything happens for a reason. I truly and firmly believe that. Sometimes it takes a long time to figure out the reasons of why those bad things happened, but I do believe that everything happens for a reason. Sometimes bad things have to happen to make us stronger or to make us see something in ourselves or in somebody else. So, yeah, I guess that's all I really wanted to say today. I think 15 minutes is long enough. And sorry to just go on and on and on, but I wanted to share that. Have a good day. Bye.